Okay. Well, here's the situation. You guys have seen the two videos, right? The first two live streams I did. Two things happened while I was down here. I came down here to help my mother. She's taken over this property for now. And she's trying to get this house in shape to live. She's been cutting the grass, fixing things, this, that, and the other, trying to get it cleaned up, get it livable, get a lot of the stuff in this house repaired. I lived in this house. Oh God, how many years have we lived here? I'm still, quote unquote, living here. I'm still kind of up there searching around for some place to live that I can set my residence to. But my mother is getting this property to hold it, for them to use because they need a place. And since it's looking like I may have a place up there, that's kind of what's going on with this. Well, I left here and the winter came. And it got pretty brutally cold, and we have a airlift well out there with an above ground pump. Well, apparently this year's winter was pretty bad. And so the water in the pump housing partially froze and caught the impeller in place. And when the pump motor came on to cycle to move the water so that the water in the pipes didn't freeze, the water in the housing was partially frozen, so the impeller did not move. Basically, the output shaft twisted off of the impeller, and, well, there you go, piece of junk. So I've been up here trying to rebuild this well. Well, I arrive here after being away for the better part of a month, got back, and we started cleaning up the house, getting the parts together that we would need. I had to diagnose what was going on with the well. Found out the impeller had twisted off in the housing. And it was one of those sub $200 throwaway pumps, when it breaks. It was a good pump. It was well built until this happened. It rained, and we had lots of good water pressure out here. Well, first thing I noticed after we cleaned up the house, I had a plug coming in the window. We had a temporary 220 outlet sitting in there because for a little while we had a washer and dryer in the kitchen. We're cleaning up, and she brushes past that plug, and the damn plug falls into the living room. Somebody had cut the plug off. They cut the wire off the end of the plug. Well, that was where I discovered. That some little grab ass, and I know who he is because you saw the previous video. Oh, by the way, asshole, you got 2 days left. 2 days. Well, maybe less. I have to look at when I filmed that video. But I'm fixed to send that video to the cops. And you have a chance to save your future. Bring my wire back. Put it on my porch. And I'll forget this ever happened. But anyway, little grab ass cut the wire off my house all the way back to the breaker box. Didn't even bother to switch the breaker off at the panel where he cut it. So he's probably got himself a set of bolt cutters out there that's got two big old chunks blown out of it. Because it did trip that breaker. That was a full 50 amps went down that line. But anyway, he's got my number 10 variable wire that I was using as a temporary connection for that thing. That's about $100. About a 50 foot roll of that stuff just put under the house and back up and into there, And so he's got him about 80 something dollars worth of copper, I would say. A little dope fiend. But the thing, as I said in there, what he didn't count on was before I left here, I hid a lot of trail cams around here, and most of them were pointing at the house. So I've got a lot of footage combined off the SD cards of those, and it's all nice 1080p, a few 780 or 720p because they were older cameras. But it's enough that his face is visible and what he's doing is visible. And that's the first thing that happened here. Well, the actual very first thing was that it hasn't stopped raining for days, and this is the first day it's still kind of trickling out there. It was just rained and rained, so I couldn't get out there. There's electricity out there on that well house, and stuff like that. I can't work around that with wet puddles and mud and other crap out there. But anyway, that was the first thing. The little grab ass was the second thing. He also, I found out later, he cut the damn extension cord off of the outdoor circuit, pulled it out, and pulled it out of the fan that was cooling the attic up there, and ran off with my extension cord. He's got a nice yellow and black 100-foot number 14 extension cord that cost me quite a bit. So that's going to put that up to, it's not quite small claims. It's like maybe $140 worth of equipment that he stole off this property. But yeah, I only just discovered that today when I went out there to shut the power off to the well house. So that was the first bit of crap. And there's little piddly shit stolen off the property. Stuff of low value. I don't know why it was taken. I guess to get some meth, who knows? Because he is a meth head. But got out there, went down to Tractor Supply. $250 worth of pump equipment. $250. That pump and all that gear. Actually, it was more than that. What did we end up spending? It's almost $300. We had to borrow the money to buy that shit because they didn't have the little $180 pump like the one we had out there. That thing's gone. They don't make it anymore. Too bad, too. It's a good pump. But anyway, so take the pump out of the box. This thing is supposedly brand new. I mean, the surface of the cardboard is not even, it's never been opened. It was taped. I don't know, or they did a really freaking good tape job on it. Get this expensive pump. It's one of these ones that can be a deep well pump or a shallow pump. It was actually cheaper than just getting a shallow well jet pump. That's why we got it, And plus later, if we have to, with the deep well set up, if the airlift fails, we can actually run the jet pump down. It's an 800-foot well. We can run that down there with the setups that we need and just do that, Anyway, get it home, get it out of the box. I've sorted out all the parts. I can't find a gasket anywhere. So I looked back in the box, and it was adhered to the bottom of the cardboard, this old, rusty, dry rotted, partially shredded piece of crap gasket. Now I've already lost 3 days because of all this rain. It's a 2-day job. It's not Saturday yet. I have to leave here Saturday. That well has to be fully functioning by Saturday so that she can move in this house and continue repairs without having to cart gallons and gallons and gallons of bottled water and jugged water to flush the toilets and all this other crap, So it's really, really, all this crap is cutting into my time repairing this stuff. I hope this video is going up well. Man, all my videos have been really jittery out here in the boonies. And it's like I said, this is the first time I've been streaming things like this. This is all new experimentation. You're seeing it right off my phone as I speak. But anyway, so I've got this limited amount of time and the window is shrinking, and it's like every single little gotcha grab ass bullshit thing, and it's little crap. It's little crap. And it's crooked people, and it's little crap has been happening to hamper getting the job done. I did get something done today. I'm kind of happy now. The toilet in that bathroom, we tried putting water in the tank, pouring it out of one of these big 5-gallon bottles to load it up. When we pulled the shift lever, when we pulled the flush lever on this thing to test it, water whenever it stayed in the tank. But when we pulled that lever, the act of flushing it, instead of going down the bowl and into the septic, out to the septic, about maybe 30% of it just went out of that seam between the bowl and the seat. You know, where the tank and the seat, where the tank sits down on it. Yeah, the rubber washer that was around that thing had completely deteriorated. So I just spent the last hour or two, because there's rudimentary tools here. I finally found some wrenches and some of my old stuff that was shoved out in the shed, and I was able to get some wrenches that fit it. And I got all that crap put back together, man, and it runs like a dream. That's the one achievement. And I said to myself today, I am not leaving here until at least one damn thing works. I'm gonna fix one damn thing before I get out of here. It's you know, my whole mission. You know, if I can get one thing to work, I don't know if it's Mercury retrograde or some other weird thing, but I can tell you right now, it's like somebody's got the hoodoo on us, man, because just every kind of bad thing that can happen to a person has happened in the last few months. It's just been going on and on and on and on and on, you know. So, anyway, I'm beginning to think I'm gonna have to be making plans for us just in case things really hit the fan, you know, because it's just weird. It's weird how much crap is going wrong. I mean, unbelievably, it's not chance that crap is going wrong. Every damn thing is happening, is going wrong in our lives right now. I don't know what the hell's going on. But that's the one success. Hey, I fixed the toilet. And I fixed it. I'm glad I fixed it, because step 2, if I hadn't have been able to fix that toilet, I'd have had to pull that toilet. And I don't know how many of you have ever had to change a toilet that's been in a house for years and years and years. But that place where that toilet sits on the floor, there's like a wax ring. If you've ever had to clean up an old one, yeah, you don't want to do that, man. That's disgusting. That. There's like things, you'll pull that toilet, there's things being there eating on that stuff, man. Little bugs and shit. Hey, there's shit in there, actually. But anyway, getting back to it, it's a disgusting job. If you can avoid having to change a toilet out, count your blessings. Count yourself lucky. So, I count myself lucky in that regard. I got it fixed. Oh, what a mess that is. But that part's done. Bathroom's clean back up, toilet's working flawlessly. Well, it's slow because the rain's kind of backed up the septic. Yeah, that's the joys of living on a house, in a house with a septic tank. City house, much better. I'll pay that water bill and that sewer bill, because man, if you've ever had to work on a septic tank, that's another thing I've had to do. Oh man, the joys of owning property and homes. Especially when all kinds of shit is hitting the fan and things are breaking. You just haven't lived until you've had to fix all kinds of crap. But anyway, that's all done. And tomorrow is another day. Gonna rest here in just a little bit. I'm pretty tired. I was down in that floor under that nasty thing. I finally got cleaned up, and it's hard to clean up when you have very little water, but we managed it. I had just enough that I could do it efficiently. Oops, sorry about that. So, back in order. Gonna go cook dinner. Gonna go to bed. Tomorrow is another day. Y'all have a good one, and I will catch you when I catch you.